Okay. Good afternoon, one and all present over here. I would like to welcome all of you in this webinar series 2021. Today is our 14th webinar of this webinar series. In this webinar series, we are trying to cover diverse topics from the field of pharmacy. I would like to welcome our today's guest, Dr. Sandeep Jine, sir, and request our principal, sir, to welcome our today's speaker. Sir, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Umesh sir. So good afternoon, rather good evening, one and all present on this platform. On behalf of D.Y. Patil University School of Pharmacy, I welcome all the students who are watching on the Zoom platform as well as on the Facebook platform or YouTube platform. I also welcome our today's speaker, Dr. Sandeep Jine, who is going to talk on design thinking and innovations. I'm sure the topic is very, very contemporary, very, very relevant, as the 55 to 60% of this of the population of our country is young mind, or it's a young population, and innovation is the buzzword now. As we progress further, the research has to be supported with the innovation. Without innovation, the research is going to become dormant, and that's why one has to work on these aspects. And the very basic aspect of innovation is design thinking. So if we think in a process in a very design manner, then the innovations will happen. So it is a systematic approach of innovation. And that's why the topic is very, very important for us. I welcome Dr. Sandeep Jine and request Mr. Praveen Jagtap to introduce our today's speaker to the audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. So today we have another eminent speaker for our webinar, Dr. Sandeep Jine. Let me introduce him. Dr. Sandeep Jine has been working as Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry in SVKM's Dr. Bhanuben Nanavati College of Pharmacy, Vile Parle, Mumbai. He has more than 14 years of teaching experience. He has been approved as PG and PhD teacher from Mumbai University. He has guided 7 postgraduate and 1 PhD student currently. 2 students are pursuing postgraduate under him. He has 20 scientific publication and more than 100 citation to his credit. He has worked on projects related to synthetic and analytical chemistry. He has played an active role in research projects sanctioned by University of Mumbai. He is a reviewer of several reputed scientific journals and scientific magazines. He has been a lead member of many of the institute-related activity. He is a life member of Association of Pharmacy Teachers of India. Apart from the academics, he has the expertise to build skill sets of students such as team working and leadership, entrepreneurship, interpersonal skills like negotiation and persuasion, decision making, handling conflict, sharing attitude, communication skill, and creative thinking. Recently, Sir has received a tag of Innovation Ambassador from the Ministry of Education, Government of India, Innovation Cells. So this is all about Sir, and the list is never ending. So I welcome Sir and request him to deliver today's seminar. Over to you, Sir.
Yes, Professor, thank you very much for this nice introduction. I am grateful to team of D.Y. Patil School of Pharmacy, Navi Mumbai, and especially thankful to Principal Dr. Rakesh Somani sir for giving me an opportunity to share thoughts on topic design thinking and innovations. So dear students and faculty members, welcome to all of you in this session. Generally, innovation ambassadors of Ministry of Education's Government of India, Innovation Cell, generally plans such kind of the series of sessions to create awareness, inculcate entrepreneur mindset, and bring cognizance about startups, intellectual property rights, and the importance of innovation ecosystem, as rightly Dr. Rakesh sir told about innovation ecosystem enablers and facilitators among the students and fellow faculty members. So first of all, I would like to share screen over here. Just give me a minute. Okay, so today I am going to talk on topic design thinking, and content of talk will revolve around what is design thinking, then design thinking as a strategy for innovation, then what is the distinction between design and design thinking, then a framework for design thinking, and overall scaling up design thinking. Also in context to pharma industry, what will be the reference of design thinking, or in what way we can take this topic, or we can amplify the design thinking in pharma setup. So first of all, before moving further, would like to take some reflection on certain questions. So dear participants, are you ready for the same? Yes, you can put your yes or no in chat so that I can read.
Students, please be interactive because this is very important session and all of you should be interacting.
Okay, sir. So whatever the chat corner is there, please use that chat throughout our session so that I can get reflection, or maybe to just gauge you, I can do one thing. I'm not able to see chat over here, sir. Praveen sir, that option is not active here at my end.
Sadakat sir,
Chat corner, I'm not able to access.
Sadakat sir, are you listening?
Sadakat sir, are you there?
I am able to see chat corner here.
Sir, even I am able to see. There is some problem at your end, I think, Sandeep sir. Sadakat sir?
Okay, okay.
Sir, we can see, and students are responding yes.
Okay, 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 no problem. So that's great. Maybe the objective of asking the question is that I can gauge your reflection on a poll, or maybe the question, so that your response can be recorded and we can set the tone of today's talk. Another thing I would like to ask you, after your education or maybe your graduation, would you like to start your own startup? So maybe you can answer in yes or no. How many of you would like to start your own setup or maybe the startup? Yes. In an alignment with the same question. So how many of you are aware about the concept design thinking? Are you aware about concept design thinking? Just put yes or no.
Can you see a chat, sir, now?
No, I'm not able to see.
Okay.
You can just
Nilan said yes, Himanshi
feedbacks.
yes, Ankita yes, Komal yes, and Nilan said yes, a little bit they are knowing about design thinking. Even the Himanshi is saying
Okay, perfect. Okay. So design thinking informs human-centered innovation, isn't it? It begins with developing an understanding of customers or maybe the users' unmet or unarticulated needs. And when we apply design thinking for any of our project or for any of our product, or maybe whatever we are planning to start, so design thinking minimizes the uncertainty and risk of innovation, isn't it? By engaging customers or maybe the users through a series of prototypes to learn, then take feedback, their taste, and again we will refine the things to get the concrete idea, or maybe to get to mold our products as per the customer's needs. Let us take an example, or we will just give one analogy over here. If you decide to go to domestic airport, for example, from your home or wherever you are at present, so what kind of options generally gets pop up in your mind? You try to explore various possibilities to reach airport, maybe by auto, or maybe by bus, or maybe by private car, or maybe you can take by walk as well if you're staying close to airport, isn't it? So what are you doing over here? You are giving inclusive thought to reach your destination with concrete planning, isn't it? And then after that planning, you are executing it. So here, you know, the desired destination, you know, we have to go to airport, isn't it? And accordingly, you explore the options, see the feasibility, and then execute it. So on a similar line, if we have to enter in our own startup, or maybe own business, or maybe the small venture, and if you have a clarity on a same, such as end product of your own business, and maybe that will be the N or maybe the X, any kind of the business we are doing, and if you know this is the outcome of my business, or this is the product that is going to in a customer's hand, and if we execute with overall channelization, with the proper design thinking, or maybe whatever the startups we are doing, so I am sure your own idea or maybe your own startup will never become a fail, isn't it? So design thinking is what? It is a new innovative thinking for new problems, isn't it? So here on slide, if you are observing over here, the nice quote. So you can read this, that we can't solve the problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them, isn't it? So Einstein was certainly right. We can't solve the problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. Or in addition, with the rapid changes in a society, the methods we have previously used to solve many of the problems we face are no longer effective, isn't it? Or we need to develop new ways of thinking in order to design better solutions, services, and experiences that solve our current problems, isn't it? For example, few years back, in fact, previous year only, we were not sure that situation will change tremendously and we will meet like this to exchange our thoughts, or maybe gain education, knowledge, or information through this online mode, and that is now effectively. So with COVID, we all are now well acquainted with the problems and their possible solutions, and maybe we are coined it as a new normal, isn't it? So dear students, so design thinking steps in with a bold, newly systematized, and non-linear, isn't it? I'm using word non-linear, human-centered approach. So whenever we are applying any thoughts, or whenever we are thinking of any particular problem, so that thought should be non-linear one. Non-linear, so that you can give the multiple options to explore that particular problems and try to find out the multiple solutions of a same problem. So that's why design thinking involves non-linear, human-centered approach, isn't it? And because of that, what will happen, you know, this will help us to radically change how we go about exploring problems and creating solutions to those particular problems. So what is design thinking then? Can anyone talk, or can anyone from audience? What is your understanding about design thinking? Yes, so that the session will be interactive. Anyone? What is your understanding about design thinking? So I am observing participants total number 28.
Nilan Bhartiya has responded, something new,
Okay.
something out of the box.
Something about the?
Something out of the box.
Something out of the box. Okay, okay. That's perfect. Anyone? Any other sharing, please? What is your understanding about this design thinking, or what do you know about this? So here on a screen, you are observing one image. So here we have written as empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. So this is a framework for design thinking. So design thinking is a non-linear, as we just discussed. Iterative process, iterative, continuous repetition, so that the teams used to understand the users or maybe the customers, challenge assumptions, then redefine the problems, and create innovative solutions to prototype and test. So involving 5 pages. So here on a image, we are talking about the 5 pages means what? Empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. So it is most useful to tackle the problems that are ill-defined, or maybe not, maybe what we can say the unknown problems, isn't it? So here in this case, the 5 practices that enable the innovation means for any product or whatever we are talking to develop, if you apply these 5 things or 5 set of principles, so that you will get the concrete idea what is the customer need, and accordingly you will mold your thoughts or maybe mold your products. Means the development of a deep empathic understanding of user needs and their context is at most important, isn't it? Means what is over there? For example, ask questions, gather maybe the data about your product, or maybe conduct focus group studies, complete the observations to understand the users and then the challenges. Ask questions to yourself. For example, who are we trying to help? To whom we are trying to help? Or what is the social, political, and economical context of our product, or maybe whatever the project we are planning to do? Then how does the target audience behave based on whatever the product we are offering to them? Is there a problem? What is the problem really about? Then is there an opportunity for improvement? Then what does the existing data or maybe the literature say about the particular product? So all these points comes under as a empathize and define, isn't it? Whereas ideation, so ideation is, brainstorming, generate as many solutions as possible, explore number of options for a same problem. And once you are doing all these things, just put up a prototype, just give some build minimally viable representation of your solutions. For example, the problem is there, you have explored 5 options. So out of these 5, which is better? So build minimally viable representation of solutions. So that is called as a prototyping. And testing, get stakeholder feedback to whom we are offering our product. Observe short-term change, or maybe go back to the design part again. What kind of the shortcomings are there, or based on the feedback, what kind of redesign we can do about our product, and again refine the prototypes, isn't it? So in this case, we can complete, or maybe the the business owners, or maybe the engineers, or maybe the pharmacist, they face today are in a whole new level of scale compared to the challenges we have faced in the past few decades, isn't it? In a largely globalized world where the changes in economic and natural resources can be felt halfway around the globe. So our challenges are becoming more intertwined with the systems that connected us all. So to solve the new way of problems we face today and in the future, we need a new kind of thinking or maybe a new approach towards the innovation. So in a nutshell, design thinking is a large part of that new approach towards the innovation, isn't it? So innovation is there. So design thinking is a large part of that new approach towards the innovation, as it allows people, teams, and organizations to have a human-centered perspective and yet a scientific approach towards solving a problem. Are you getting this particular point? So design thinking as a strategy for innovation. As you are observing logo over here, so all these branded companies, maybe Apple is there, Pepsi is there, or maybe P&G. So design thinking is a center of their business, and that is a strategy for innovation for them. So when we are talking about, recently I have read one book chapter from a book, and the title of book is Change by Design. So in that book, that author says purely a technocentric view of innovation is less sustainable now than ever, isn't it? And a management philosophy based only on selecting from existing strategies is likely to be overwhelmed by new developments at home or maybe outstation, isn't it? So what we need are new choices, new products that balance the needs of individuals and a society as a whole. So new ideas that tackle the global challenges of health, maybe poverty, and maybe the education. So all these sectors, health is there, education is there, number of opportunities are there to explore and to give a new innovative product or new innovative idea based on your design thinking pattern. So new strategies that results in a differences that matter and sense of purpose that engage everyone's affected by that particular problem. So it is hard to imagine a time when the challenges we faced so intensely exceed the same creative resources we have brought to bear on them. So whenever a problem is there or you have to identify the problems, after identification of problems, give a brainstorming, deliberate, discuss, and accordingly come up with the proper literature and then have a prototype. That prototype we have to experiment on stakeholders, and then you have to come out with the full shape of your product. And dear students, you all have potential to be an innovator, to do unique things in an interest of society. So unique innovative approach is a need of 21st century. And there is a need to think every aspect differently and explore the new solution of the same problem. So as we are talking about design thinking as a strategy for innovation, so the success rate of all these multiple or maybe the MNCs or maybe the successful industries, that dramatically improves when we apply the concept of design thinking. So these are the examples as you are observing the design-led companies such as Apple is there. So Apple is well known for its design, isn't it? iPhone, iPad, Pepsi, or maybe your IBM company, or Nike, or maybe the Procter and Gamble, or maybe the SAP. They have outperformed the S&P. S&P, this is the one of the index based on, as you know, the BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, or maybe the National Stock Exchange. So S&P is one of the index. So that is especially applicable in this design value index. So everywhere every year we are getting that design value index of companies based on this and this particular design, the sell or maybe the market of this particular company is this and this. So the statistics we are getting, and that is measured on S&P, isn't it? And according to that S&P index, maybe in that total 500 companies are there in that on index, and out of that 500 companies, those who are performing best, they are giving some index value, and accordingly the market is there. So those companies are applying these design in their product. So obviously they are doing extraordinary, and in a year, maybe last year report I have just read, so around 250% design value index that created by that Design Management Institute, and they are performing very well based on the design as a concept. And a great designs has that wow kind of factor, isn't it? That makes products more desirable and services more appealing to the users. If you see Apple, what is the recognition? It is well known for design, isn't it? As we just discussed. And since the early days of the computer industry, Apple was a pioneer with its unique design and value for its Macintosh computers. So Apple is one of the companies that has a long-term design strategy that focuses on consumer satisfaction and building a strong emotional marketing relationship between it and its users. So what is designing then? Suppose you know the design thinking. So what is a designing? So designing is more than creating products and services. It can be applied to the systems, then it can apply to the procedures, protocols, and customer experiences. So design is transforming the way leading companies create value, and the focus of innovation. When we are talking about innovation, so the focus of innovation has shifted from being engineering driven product to the design driven product. Then instead of product centric to the customer centric, and from marketing focused to the user experience focused, isn't it? So this is a paradigm shift nowadays is observing. So obviously for an increasing number of these particular design thinkers in industry, so design thinking is at the core of effective strategy development and organizational change. So dear students, this is a one opportunity to all of you to enter in this profession as a design thinker. So nowadays majority of industries are opening such kind of the vacancies. Only the person who is a creative, who is having overall analysis, they are appointing the person as a chief innovation officer or maybe the chief design officer, like that. So to aware about all these design thinking concepts, so that is the main motto of this today's session or today's class. So expert believes that design thinking firms stand apart in their willingness to engage in the task of continuously redesigning their business to create advances in both innovation and efficiency. So the combination that produces the most powerful competitive edge. Moving further, a distinction between design and design thinking. Who is this fellow? Anyone can guess or anyone can talk? Yes. Who is this fellow? Yes, Ujjwal Shah, can you talk on this? No one? You know Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Yes, Steve Jobs. He famously said that most people make the mistake of thinking design is what it looks like, or people think it's the veneer, or maybe that the designers are handed this box and told कि चलो इसको अभी अच्छा बना दो, make it good just by giving some wrapping and all those things. But that is not what we think design is. You know, it's not just what it looks like and feels like, but design is how it works, isn't it? So in a nutshell, we can say design thinking can be described as a discipline that uses the designer's sensibility and methods to match the people needs with what is technologically feasible and what a viable business strategy can convert into customer value and market opportunity. So thinking like a designer brings together what is desirable from a human point of view with what is technologically feasible and economically viable. It also allows people who are not trained as a designers to use creative tools to address a vast range of challenges. Isn't it? So design thinking draws on logic, imagination, then intuition, and systemic reasoning to explore the possibilities of what could be and to create desired outcomes that benefit the end user or maybe the customer. Design mindset is not a problem focused, it's always a solution focused and action oriented. And it involves both analysis and imagination. So, what is the driving force? Yes, what is the driving force behind design thinking? What is needed to be a design thinker, or maybe to have a profile as a creative head or like that? So, what is the driving force for this design thinking? The biggest driving force is the accelerated rate of change in business and society that caused by advances in technology. You know, as companies become more software driven and the rate of change is increases, so does the complexity. So most companies are optimized to execute and solve a stated problem. Creativity is about finding the problem worth solving. So an absence of scalable creative framework that encourages incremental innovation in a lieu of a disruptive innovation. What is a disruptive innovation? Disruptive innovation is nothing but it is an innovation that creates a new market and a value network and eventually displaces the established market or maybe the leading firms or maybe the products or maybe any kind of the alliances. So as a companies strive for disruptive innovation, they must find ways to inject and scale the creativity across their organizations. And digital transformation is about the accelerated disruption of business models and requires a mindset shift from problem solving to problem finding. And majority of the CEOs of the companies that should be visionary leaders from establishing an internal culture that encourages the ideation, creation, and iteration. And nowadays the companies are focusing on this particular part. Initial days, maybe the before 10 years, the situation was not like that. But now from onwards, the situation transformed a lot. Majority of companies are working on their product design, and in what way number of persons or maybe the employees company generally encourages them for ideation or maybe the creation or also maybe a lot of innovative works to build the strategic partnerships to create the new value propositions. So design thinking is our best tool for sense making, meaning making, then that simplifies the process and improves the customer experience. Additionally, we can say design thinking minimizes the risk, reduces the cost, improves the speed, and also that is a one kind of motivation factor to the employees to try a number of things and explore the possibilities. Also, design thinking provides leaders with a framework for addressing complex human-centered challenges and making the best possible decision in this particular case. Maybe we can redefine the value of product, reinvent our business models, then shifting markets and our behaviors towards the customers, organizational culture change, then complex societal challenges like health sector, education sector, food, water, and climate change. Also the problem affecting the diverse stakeholders and multiple systems. So we have a number of opportunities in all these sectors if we have a design thinking or that kind of approach. And design thinking succeeds when it finds ideal solutions based on the real needs of real people. And recently one Harvard Business Review article is there on evolution of design thinking. And in that they have clear-cut mention about people need their interactions with technologies and other complex systems to be simple, intuitive, and pleasurable. So when done well, human-centered design enhances the user experience at every touch point, and that fuels the creation of products and services that deeply resonate with the customers. So design is empathic, or maybe simplicity or implicity drives a more thoughtful human approach to the business. That is nothing but the design thinking. So as you know, the model of design thinking, that is implementing the design thinking. So just to work out on these 5 steps. So obviously we can always say design thinking is a journey of learning and discovery, and it's also a way of being. If you are strategizing, you are designing. So what we can do as a student, start from your B Farm or maybe start from your mid years, maybe second, third year, you can put a habit, start at the beginning, learn how to be design thinker. Then maybe the look for ways to add the quality or maybe the value to your offerings. Take an example of existed products, just give a thought in what way we can redefine it or how we can add value. Then build your creative confidence by conducting low risk experiments, then such as designing a meeting with your team members or your colleagues. Ask questions which you don't have answers for. Learn how to coach and facilitate for creativity, co-creation, and collaboration. So this is crucial for creating a safe space for conceptual risk taking. Stay focused on the user's experience. That matters a lot. Help teams unlock proactive insights, reframe existing problems, and generate ideas in response to your research or whatever you are doing. Encourage multiple perspectives, reframe constraints into opportunities. Isn't it? This is a very important word. Reframe the constraints into opportunities and check assumptions. That matters a lot to be a work in this particular department as a innovation area. So dear students, if you have a creativity, you can explore this opportunity as a design researchers in reputed organizations. Scaling is important. Scaling design thinking. Suppose if you are talking about scaling part, so how will you scale this, or maybe which kind of the organizations generally build their product majority on design part or maybe on this particular concept? You know this lady? Yes, anyone?
Indra Nooyi.
Yes. So Indra Nooyi, this is one of the leading or maybe the innovation company, that is a Pepsi, isn't it? So what is the importance of design? So this particular example quotes, or maybe take an example of P&G, yeah, maybe IBM or maybe Cisco. These are integrating design and design thinking throughout the organization by creating their own frameworks, educating employees at all levels, hiring professional designers and design researchers, as well as acquiring design companies in order to operate at a scale. And Cisco, you know, Cisco is one of the first company to launch a non-technical HR hackathon. You know, hackathon, the purpose of hackathon is for a group of programmers to work together on a collaborative project. And most hackathons are competitions where several teams are competing to create the prototypes that innovate on a theme or improve upon an existing project. So such kind of the hackathons are nowadays Ministry of Education is pushing through maybe AICTE or maybe the PCI or maybe all these regulatory bodies. So as a student, apart from academics, exclusive academics, you should be versatile at this front as well. So one chief technology officer of IBM company that he quoted in Economic Times that their teams had a very engineering centric culture before 2015 or maybe 2014-15. They have a very engineering centric culture, but after this 2015 everything has changed, and they wanted to shift that culture towards a focus on users outcomes. So they made the pivot or maybe the center point from standalone, their siloed business units, to cloud first, and maybe the artificial intelligence strategy they have used. And obviously now enormous transformation has happened that would not have been possible without embedding design thinking into the company culture. Now every organization, every company, now every educational institute, that is a need of our to embed the design thinking in our office culture or in our company culture, and innovating on the methodology to make it uniquely, isn't it? Also, Indra Nui, as you are observing on a slide, her photo. So when Indra Nui was the chairman and the CEO of PepsiCo company, so her tenure was, I think, around from 2006 to 2018. So that is a big tenure. And she decided the company needed to rethink its innovation process and design experience. So it is much more than packaging. So Nui told in her interview, she told that she hired one a number of set of persons who exclusively looks as a chief design officer, placing design thinking at the core of the business strategy and leadership. And now her teams are pushing design through the entire system, from product creation to packaging and labeling to how a product looks on the shelf and how the consumers interact with. So in all these throughout process, they have applied this particular concept. So majority of the companies have identified 4 critical success factors when implementing the design thinking. So leadership is utmost important. Link design thinking initiatives to your strategic goals. Provide direction, resources, and commitment. Then people that enable the champions to lead the change through the successful projects. Build up an internal design thinking community where best practices are shared. Then the process is important. Use the generic design thinking framework, but evolve the method and tools so that they support your company's objective, as well as the environment. Develop and create collaborative workspaces for your workforce. Use to co-innovate with your customers and partners. So design thinking works because it is a collaborative, co-creative process grounded in engagement, dialogue, and learning. When you involve customers or maybe the stakeholders in the process of defining the problem and in developing the solutions, you have a much better chance of gaining commitment for change and getting buy-in for your innovation, isn't it? Then moving further, when we are talking about, as we are a pharma student, so how pharma can amplify design thinking to connect more with consumers. So I would like to give insight over here that, while pharma companies traditionally take a technology or a business approach to the innovation, they are now looking to amplify consumer-centric approaches to marketing, their design and communication. So design thinking is the right prescription to meet those needs. So with rapid change becoming the new format or maybe the new normal, the pharma industry is in the spotlight and under increasing pressure to adapt and amplify speed to market. Processes that worked in the past that will struggle to cope with the demands placed on business today. Anything that may have the power to simplify the innovation and communication development cycle needs to be taken into account. So design thinking can be used to find those accelerators in pharma as well. It amplifies the efficiency by creating prototypes and testing to see how effective they are. It simplifies the process and aligns all the stakeholders at every step of the way. And it has also proven effectiveness. So the opportunity is that the COVID-19 pandemic has put a spotlight on the vital role that pharmaceutical companies play with the health system in a crisis. And this must be seen as one of the pivotal moment for rebuilding consumers and patients' trust, and an opportunity to strengthen the brand equity by connecting with them at an emotional level at the right moment with the right product, service, or message. And it is now time to stop old recipes, isn't it? Which have been definitely disrupted by the global pandemic, and start embracing change. Design thinking is a good way to get a foot on the ladder. So instead of the conventional pattern of job or maybe the conventional pattern of overall working, so dear students, I always recommend you to be on this ladder. Design thinking is one of the big platform, or maybe the one kind of the opportunity you can take and to work in this direction, so that you can opt kind of job, or maybe you can work in such kind of the industries who builds or maybe who gives importance for the overall design thinking for the customer satisfactions. So dear students, wishing you all the best and have a nice time. If you have any specific question, we can pick up for discussion. So this is overall design thinking. So I really appeal to all of you. Apart from this kind of conventional setup of job opportunities, this is a new avenue, and now the government is also pushing. Various multinational companies are also taking or helping taking such kind of the design officers or maybe the innovation officers who is having creativity. Problem is the same, but you have a multiple options to explore. So if you are working in this direction, you try to do number of sessions or maybe the trainings in this particular area, design thinking, and maybe the you can refer our Ministry of Education's innovation cell website. So number of training sessions are available on this design thinking perspective. So that is the way. Yeah, thank you very much, Praveen sir. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. Is anyone having any questions?
I think students should take the benefit of asking questions, because it was really good talk, and a lot of queries should pop up in your mind regarding this concept. Anything, maybe Ujjwal Shah can say, ask some question. Shubhangi Vidhate, it's better you interact with the speaker. That will always help you.
Sir, is there any fundings at institutional level for entrepreneurial ideas in the mind of the students?
Not fundings, but now Ministry of Education has initiated number of competitions. Maybe the hackathon is there, or maybe Yukti is one of the portal they have started, so that students can enroll, or maybe they have a very specific and very systematic procedure to enroll the students. What is the idea? What is overall activity guidelines? And just we have to enter in that. We have to explore the websites. We have to see what is the content. So n number of literature is available, and if the students are interested, so they can dig out more from this particular case. And once we are moving further, a number of opportunities, or maybe the, as you are talking about the funding, especially on this case. So based on your proposals, a number of things or options are available.
Okay. I can see one question from Kunj Dave. If we have two outcomes and we have a choice between efficient and ethical one, then which is to choose?
Efficient and difficult one.
ethical,
Ethical and
efficient.
efficient.
Yes.
Okay, the both options, the first priority is about ethics. Ethics matters a lot. Ethical and efficiency. So based on that, you have to prioritize the things. And if the product is about for benefit of society, or that is giving outcome based on our ethical protocol, so that is the best product.
Yes, sir. Any other students wants to ask any question?
Yes, if any question is there, you can just mail me, or maybe I will just share a contact number with Praveen sir as well, so that we can interact on this particular subject as well.
There are some questions in the chat
One,
box.
one,
Praveen sir, you can ask.
yes, sir. One more question from Kavya Royal. Sir, how we can improve on design thinking?
Yes, so whatever the design thinking improvement, the one kind of the strategy that I told you, or maybe what we can say, the to enter in this particular design thinking as a journey of learning and discovery, you know. So suppose start at the beginning, learn how to be design thinker, or maybe from the we have a lot of training sessions available from the seasoned practitioners. Look for ways to add quality or value to your offerings, whatever you are providing. So just check, so what kind of the various ways to give the quality product or maybe the value product. Build your creative confidence by conducting a low risk experiments, such as designing meeting with your team members. Just talk with your friends, just talk with your experts in that particular field. Ask questions which you don't have answers for. Then learn how to coach and facilitate for creativity or co-creation and collaboration. So this is a crucial for creating a safe space for conceptual risk taking. Also stay focused on the user's experience. That is utmost important. Whatever you are providing to customers, so their experience, their feedback, that matters a lot. Based on that you can design, or based on that we can give constructive suggestions and develop the different prototypes. Also help team members, isn't it, unlock the proactive insights. Generally the openness is very less in case of innovation. So try to unlock the proactive insights, reframe existing problems, or generate ideas in response to your research in whatever area you are working. Then encourage multiple perspectives, you know, or maybe the reframe the one quote I told you in our discussion, that reframe the constraints into opportunities and check the assumptions number of times. That iteration is important. So maybe that will be the answer for this.
Okay, sir. Kavya, I think the problem is on your side because we can hear sir very well. Any other question from any students? Okay. So if there are no question, then I ask Umesh Patil sir to conclude the session.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I would like to thank our today's speaker, Dr. Sandeep Zine, sir, for taking out time from his busy schedule and enlightening us with their knowledge. I would like to thank our principal, sir, for encouraging us to organize such sessions. And I would like to thank Praveen, sir, Praveen Jagtap, sir, and Praveen Naik, sir, for coordinating this event. Last but not least, I would like to thank all the students participants present over here. Thank you. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Sandeep sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Zine sir. It was really an enlightening talk. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.